Eagles beat the Giants, and it's time for a victory cigar. The Eagles always beat the Giants, as we beat them every year, because the Giants always stink. But you know what? We won, and it's time to smoke a victory cigar, so let's get this thing started. We always beat the Giants, don't we? We beat them every year. They stink. Well, what are we going to smoke this for? What big victory? The Giants are horrible. We need to trade this for something. What can we? Oh, let's trade this for this. A nice broom, because it's sweeping season. Because the Eagles always sweep the Giants. They always stink. And besides having this, we also need to get Eli Manning a Christmas present. Oh, I got it. What about this cane? The old man cane, because Eli Manning's an old bag. That's right, he's an old bag, and it was so fun watching all the Giant fans get upset and cry, Bad Dog and all this stuff. Bad Dog was crying, and he wasn't happy, and Bad Dog is a bad dog, because he knows the Giants always stink. I'm ready to go. Then, when it's all said and done, you're gonna go to the doctor and you're gonna get a physical. You better get your prostate exam. Go get your prostate exam. No more waiting. Get it done. I'm not getting that done. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. You're 42 years old. Get it done. Look at you. Look at you. King Dingbat here. So I was getting ready to go light up my victory cigar, and I was sitting there, I was thinking, the Giants always stink. They always stink, and we always beat them. Also, we haven't won 2 games in a row all year, meaning every time I've smoked a stogie, we lose the following week. And I'm like, I got to do something about this. I got to do something about it. Obviously, the Eagles aren't winning because of something I'm doing. So I had to do something about it. So I was like, you know, I just can't smoke this cigar. I can't do it. I can't enjoy it as a win, even though I'm happy the Eagles won. And it was like, I was really happy that they won. It had been a few weeks, and it was like, you know, it was just like a pressure release for them to win. I need more. I need more. I feel like the Giant game and the Redskin game almost is like one game. And it's like we've only gotten out of the first half. We still have to go to the second half. I'm really focused in on them stinking Redskins. I am. I'm ready for that game. Because if we win that game, I'll smoke a stogie. I would. Because we're playing for first place the following week. Because the Saints are going to double moonwalk Dallas's ass. I think that's pretty much going to happen. So I'm going to skip this cigar this week. I'm going to skip it as much as I would like to just smoke a stogie. I'm going to skip it because I want the Eagles to win 2 in a row. And I feel maybe, you know, maybe doing something a little different will change things. I'm weird like that. I am. I think I'm superstitious. If I stand one way, if I do, you don't see, but I'll have a cup on my left during a live stream. And oftentimes I will turn it because I think it somehow helps the game, or I'll move it to different positions. What I do, I know affects the game, you know? I know it doesn't, but I feel like it does. Anyways, so no cigar this week. Now, I do want to talk about the game and my final thoughts on it, okay? Obviously, the Eagles came out in the first half, almost blew their season. They started bad. Defense couldn't stop anything. Barkley was running, was destroying us, and we were in trouble. We were in trouble. And then Carson and the offense, they get that touchdown, and that's great. But then the Giants go right back down the field. Malcolm Jenkins makes that interception before halftime. I think maybe it relaxed the defense a little bit. You know, you got a turnover finally. But I thought taking that momentum into the half was a big deal. The other thing was that the Giants did us a lot of favors. I mean, they came out and they barely rushed Saquon Barkley anymore. There was times where he was sitting on the sideline. People weren't sure if he was hurt. For some reason, they decided to go away from him, because I think if they stick with him, if they keep running, if he had 25 carries, man, it may have gone another way. But they did what they did, and we were able to come back. Carson Wentz, he finally has his, last drive win that people so desperately cry about, which he's already had before, so I don't know, it's a big deal. I trust Carson as a clutch quarterback. I never questioned him, and nor would I, or it would take a lot for me to. Let's just say that. He'd have to do things consistently over 4 years, 5 years, then I'm willing to say something. But right now, he's fine. And, it's an ugly win. It's an ugly win against the New York Giants. No doubt about it. But you know what? Many of the games against the Eagles and Giants are always ugly. They're always ugly. And it always seems like they're close games and things happen. Sometimes you'll have the Giants, they'll be a good team, a Super Bowl contender. The Eagles will stink. The Eagles will still win. Sometimes the Giants stink and the Eagles are contenders, and it's still close. It always happens that way. These teams are always going to play tough games. So, I don't worry about it like that. But there are still things I'm really worried about. I'm really worried about, the defense, obviously, all the injuries. And I hope that Doug Peterson is found his running back in Josh Adams. I think the one thing that makes me hopeful going forward for this season is that they found their identity. They found their identity with Josh Adams and running the ball. And if they start to do that more, and if Doug Peterson says, you know what, we're gonna concentrate and we're gonna focus on that run game, I think many of the offensive problems that they have will go away. Many of the predictability problems that they have on offense will go away. It's all contingent on will the Eagles commit to the run. You don't even have to get a lot of yards all the time. It's just the idea that you keep defenses guessing what you're going to do. When you run a play action fake, when Carson gets under center, 85-90% of the time all season, it's been a play action fake. Hand it off. You saw when he did it and handed off, it was 6-7 yard gains because the defense doesn't even bite on the play action. And when a defense doesn't bite on the play action takes a little longer to develop. So if they just blitz them, they're going to get to them. But if the Eagles start running the ball, if they start doing that, then these things like those play actions and stuff like that will open up. It will open up everything on offense. But predictability has been a big problem. And I blame Mike Groh and Doug Peterson for it. And I still think Groh's got to go at the end of the year. But sometimes you have to win ugly. Sometimes you have to win by the skin of your teeth. Sometimes you need a little help. But if you get the wheel of momentum slowly starts to move, and you beat the Redskins and it moves a little faster, then you beat Dallas and it moves faster. That's how you get on a streak. That's how you get on a roll. It has to start someplace. Now, I believe and I'm hopeful that momentum is starting with the New York Giants. Last year, it started after we beat the Giants on that 61-yard field goal. That's how it started. I'm hopeful, just by the way the team was carrying itself after the game, the things that Doug said, and finding their identity, that their momentum is starting. That wheel is starting to move, and we are going to get on a roll. And if we can get hot and get on a roll now, we're going to win this division, get to the playoffs, and get a home playoff game. And that would make me very, very happy. So, hey, not a perfect way to win, I guess. It doesn't mean all our problems are fixed. It doesn't mean we're out of trouble. It doesn't mean any of that stuff. It just means that I'm hopeful we found our identity. I'm hopeful that, we got something to build on. And hey, next week actually means something. So for that, I'm thankful. What do you guys think about the win yesterday? I think it's important. I think it's important to focus on Washington right away. And let's get into it. So with that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.